Hi everyone, in today's vlog I am sharing my colonoscopy experience and why advocating for your own health is so important. Bowel cancer is common but often preventable with early detection. I know the idea of a colonoscopy can be intimidating, but it's a small step that can make a huge difference. So let's talk about it. Because looking after ourselves is one of the best things we can do. Your doctor will give you strong advice and documentation, but in a nutshell, you'll be changing your diet. A week before, you must stop certain supplements, stop eating seeds and nuts and certain foods. And then 2 days before, you must eat a low residue diet. So basically white foods, very beige, no oils, fats, or overly fibrous foods. Then you'll switch to clear liquids the day before. The Bowel Cleanse drink is a laxative solution. Expect lots of bathroom trips. Hydration, so drink lots of clear fluids, but stop a few hours before your procedure. And then the procedure day, you'll arrive at the hospital with an empty stomach and get sedated, and you'll need someone to drive you home. Bowel cancer is one of the most common cancers worldwide, and early detection can make a life-saving difference. The highest rates of colorectal cancer are found in these top 5 countries: Denmark, Norway, Hungary, Netherlands, and Croatia. For men, the highest rates are in Hungary, Croatia, Denmark, Portugal, and the Netherlands. For women, the leading countries are Norway, Denmark, Netherlands, New Zealand, and Australia. New Zealand in particular has one of the highest bowel cancer rates, with over 3,000 diagnoses and 1,200 deaths each year. This is why advocating for our health is so important. Regular screenings, listening to our bodies, and taking action if something feels off can literally save lives. If you're in an age where screenings are recommended, or if you have a family history of bowel cancer, this is your reminder to take charge of your health. Talk to your doctor, get checked, and encourage your loved ones to do the same. Awareness and action make all the difference. Your health is your greatest asset. Protect it. I'm in the waiting room and it's very flattish. I even have a cup of tea. But I'm fasting for my colonoscopy tomorrow, so these days are all about my health. Right, so I've just had my mammogram. I just wanted to show you the building. It's so beautiful. It's not as old as you would think. I don't have... I probably could look on their website to show you what the original building looked like, but they've built onto it. It's a private hospital, but they have a imaging screening business inside of it, so all free mammograms. I'm not sure what other I've been in there for other ultrasounds as well, but they'll do everything, but paid and public free test. So every 2 years in New Zealand, women over the age of 40, I think it is, or it might be 45, I think it's 40, you have access to free mammograms, which is awesome. And I was talking to my mother-in-law last night, and she was saying that it must have been 70. So after you turn 70, the mammograms are back to being paid, and it's like $400 or something ridiculous. But I think they're extending it to 74. So yeah, I have to look into those details, because I'm not 100% sure. She wasn't sure, like, when the age bracket was changing. Yeah, not the most comfortablest test to have done, but they take 4 images if you haven't had one before, if you're not of the age where you've needed to, or you're not of high risk. So they take pretty much front on, both breast, and then side on, and they get your armpit in there as well, so they get your nodes, your lymph nodes. Yeah, so I think they reach, I'm really not sure how far the photograph goes, but yes, fun times. So I've done that, and I'm feeling very lightheaded. I just had a black coffee, my cup. They had nice 10 coffee drink facilities in their waiting room. So I grabbed a black coffee with 2 teaspoons of sugar in it, just to get me going until I get to the supermarket, because I don't even have any electrolytes at home, because I'm fasting today. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, and I will catch you soon. It's just getting petrol, and I noticed this guy replacing the light already, unless he's putting up a new one. So Popeye's only just opened. I think it was just before Christmas last year. It's actually pretty good. Never had it in America. I've never been to America, but we do like Louisiana style chicken, and it's pretty good. Our first experience was in Topor, and that wasn't very nice. They had just opened, and it was pissing down with rain, and I think they had everybody in the city going to Popeye's, and they were running out of food. It was so funny but sad, because we were still paying full price for it. Yeah, it's a good deal. So much fat on it, and I know that's the best part, but there's also sinew underneath. So I might have a full trolley. And I only really came in here to get some electrolytes, and we needed food, and $300 and almost $50 later, so I've got food for the week. And a bit more. Just trying not to get people in my shot. So the best part about the supermarket is the underground car park. There aren't that many underground car parks in my city. Right. Alright, so the shop was pretty expensive because I had to get some treats. Hopefully I'll be going to my niece's birthday party tomorrow night. I'm not sure how I'll go after the surgery. And Gatorade and a lot of pet food. So that was expensive, and I've got lots of pasta. So that's good. And yeah, not many treats. It's a bit noisy under here, but I need these for when I start taking the laxative. Alright, sorry, it is dark in here. I'm still in the supermarket car park. But yeah, don't go shopping when you're doing a fast and you can't eat anything. So got my Gatorade and I've opened it straight away because I just needed something. Yeah, while I was packing up the car, and I'm heading home. Alright, see ya. Alright. Today's the day I start taking this stuff. So I've got my stuff here. Oh, I don't have my lollies, but that's okay. Gatorade. I've started drinking that one already. I thought I'd pick up some water flavour drops just in case I run out of the stuff. But I do have some yellow lollies. Vaseline for you know what, and some wipes just to make it a bit more bearable. I bought 2 packets last time I had to have a colonoscopy, and I only used 1, probably not even the full packet, so if that's saying anything. Got my paperwork here. So at 4 o'clock I start drinking this mixture, so I'm about to make it up so that it's slightly chilled by when I go to drink it. I remember I was fine last time. I didn't want to gag or anything. Yeah, and that's the transition of my stools that has to happen. I have to be clear by pretty much 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Alright, I go to the hospital at 8 o'clock. I've got the last report that I had for my colonoscopy right here for the procedure I had. So I'm going to compare it when I get this one. So I might compare that online, which I think will be good. Have you had a colonoscopy, and how did you find it? Do share in the comments your juicy insight and yeah, recommendations of anything. I don't know in your country, if you're not in New Zealand, how it's done, what prep substance you have to take, but I'm guessing it's very similar to this. Just a whole bunch of salt and sulfur and fiber. I might actually Google that and see what it is. There's quite a lot of it. 52.9 grams of macrogol. Yeah. She has it on the front there. Fun times ahead. Wish me luck. Alright, let's make this up. I've got 2 litres of water. I could not find a jug big enough, so that's what I have to do. It's a bit lumpy. Just enough room in there. some barley sugars. These are the Herds brand, New Zealand brand. They're basically sugar. I have to take my nail polish off too before I go to the hospital, unfortunately. Yeah, sugar, glucose syrup, natural flavour, natural colour. I wish they didn't put the colour in it. I must check. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to take them. It's like, it's yellow. But I do have some sugar-free drops. Just take the yellow ones. Snakes. These are more for the family. Can't get lollies for myself and not lollies for the family. Those are my dogs crying because they want to go outside. So I better go see to them. Okay, I'll start walking the dogs before I can't, because I'll be taking the prep in just over an hour. Fun! They've been waiting all day and I didn't walk them yesterday because I was just too tired. But yeah, we're off. Got a barley sugar in my mouth. I can have barley sugars. I asked Google and it said yes. Yes. So we used to take barley sugars when we were doing the 40-hour famine when we were kids. And we had a juice called Just Juice. And we had a cordial called Jungle Juice. And it was like a sugar flavoured crystal mix. And you'd dilute it with water. We have Raro now. I had to have a think to Google what you would have in your countries that would be equivalent, but you know what I mean. You get me. Right, talk to you soon, bye. Alright, it's just gone 4 o'clock and I have to start taking my bowel prep. So I've got a glass of that. I've got to take the 2 litres over the next couple of hours, and what does it say? Aim to drink 1 to 2 glasses every 10 to 15 minutes, about 1 litre every hour, until you have taken 2 litres. To completely empty your bowel, it may take up to 6 hours, so do not worry if you are not clear by the end of the mixture. Keep drinking clear fluids until you go to bed. Hopefully I can have an early night because I've got to be up at like 3:45. At 4 o'clock I've got to start taking the 3rd litre. Phew. Right, so I've got that and I've got my Gatorade to chase it back. Chase it back? Chase it down? I don't drink alcohol. What do you say when you have a shot and you chase it down with something? Here we go. Cheers. Salty. Orange flavour. I'm just going to do 1 glass and then maybe in 10 minutes I'll have 2 glasses. It actually didn't taste that bad. I didn't find that it tasted bad last time I had it either, but I think at the end of the 2 litres I'm just going to be over it. Right. Well, today's the day. You can see that. So I woke up at 4. I didn't sleep very well at all last night, and my stomach was just gurgling the whole night, and I went up to go to the bathroom a couple of times, but yeah, nothing's passing. Yeah, so I'm up to the last litre. I just put it in the Gatorade bottle, and yeah. Cheers me. I'll get there. Well, it is time. I'm here. So we've got the drip line in and just waiting. Cheese and pineapple. Trouble. So good to eat something. Okay, we've got the comparison from my first colonoscopy, which I had on the 21st of October 2022, and last week's on the 8th of February 2025. So my first colonoscopy, the doctor found one polyp, 5mm, so tiny, but best to catch them early, right? And that was removed and it was benign. And she also discovered that in my terminal ileum there was erosion, and that is, if you're not familiar with where that is, so bring that in closer. Number 1 here, so where the large intestine meets the small intestine, that is where your terminal ileum is. And there was erosion there, and we're not 100% sure the cause. The assumption was made that it was from non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen. I don't know if it was, to be honest, because maybe in my 20s and 30s I did take quite a bit. I've always had heavy periods and a lot of pain, but I'm not 100% sure. But I did, after having this, I did stop taking ibuprofen for a good 1.5 years. Just in the last probably few months I have had to take some because I've been having really bad headaches and period pain. So interesting findings there. They basically said avoid the NSAIDs, and that was that. So over the years I've still been having very, very horrible stools, I would say, and very loose, and blood loss as well, and still my iron is very, very low. So this was basically just a follow up to see if there were any changes, and the report is pretty basic this time. So common hemorrhoids, and they were picked up in the last one. I don't understand why I still have them, because I don't get constipated. And they were non-bleeding. So the examined portion of the ileum was normal. I, to be honest, thought this was a very rushed procedure, and I was in and out within half an hour, I'm pretty sure. I yeah, the first one I had, the doctor explained exactly what she was doing, what she was looking at, each part of my colon that she went through, and I remember it very vividly. But this time, maybe I had a bit more of the medication and I was a bit more sleepy and I blurred out for some of this, but I don't really remember going through everything in detail like the first doctor did. I knew exactly what he was going in to look for, and he went straight to those spots with detail. But yeah, so yep, I just have to trust and know everything's going to be okay. But yeah, just a bit more on the erosion in the terminal ileum. So your symptoms, you can have abdominal pain, especially on the lower side. You can have diarrhea, which I have a lot, and blood and mucus in stools. Unintentional weight loss, not so much. Fatigue, yes, I have that all the time. And anemia due to poor absorption of vitamin B12 and iron. My B12's okay, I haven't had to supplement for that, but my iron is very, very low, and we know this for a fact. I've had to have several iron infusions. Yeah, so interesting. Well, that's a wrap on my colonoscopy experience. I hope sharing this helps anyone that is feeling nervous about their own procedure. It's never fun taking care of our own health, but it's so important. And if you're putting off having your colonoscopy, consider this a sign to do it. And if you found this video helpful or just enjoyed coming along with me, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Have you had a colonoscopy before? What was your experience like? Let's chat in the comments. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.